Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Anything you need to know about me is down below in the description box, as well as in the bio. It's somewhere over there. Today I'm just going to do a general reading for you guys and see what's in y'all's energy, what you need to know, if there's any healing. If you'd like to meditate to the end guidance, that I know might be helpful, you just take a deep breath in and out and close your eyes, okay? And I will be doing that with the Kali Oracle. But we'll see what's going on in your energy at this time with the African Goddess Rising Oracle. All right. What's going on, Spirit? What's happening? All right, we have Ma'at. Hi, darling. Card number 10, leading to a 1. So there might be some sort of transition here. Endings leading to new beginnings, some kind of rebirth, okay? With regards to giving and receiving, okay? So reciprocity is on the table, all right? Or a lack thereof. Let's see. Goddess of giving and receiving, Egypt. Temple of Conjurers. Element of air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy is here. Goddess Ma'at represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order, as her father, Egyptian sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. Her guidance: reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. If you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment. Giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Now that's a hard one for people pleasers, right? Recovering people pleasers. Like, we don't know how to receive. No, we just leave the door open. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. Yes, I just said that. Receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. The declaration on this card: I give easily and freely. I receive freely and easily. All right. Tell me more about this energy, what it might be pertaining to. Let's see if we can figure that out. Reciprocity is on deck. Being open to receiving, as well as grateful for being gifted. One more. Something about death, some kind of ending here. New beginnings, the 10 and the 1. Surrender. All right. There may be a process here that needs to flow with, okay? With regards to this. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That could indicate that something is moving in the background here, okay? Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And surrender. I can release my need to control. So maybe whatever the situation is where there maybe felt an out of alignment with giving and receiving here is now being balanced, but it needs a little bit more time in the background. There's nothing more you can do about it. Okay, let's see. Again, that's the whole trying to control the receiving thing, right? So just be open to receiving if you are a giver. And if you've been given, more gratitude. Showing love and appreciation. So something's moving here through this situation. Maybe this had been a situation where there was an imbalance in giving and receiving that is now ending and a new beginning is on the horizon. Let's see. Let's get 2 more. Yep, there you go. Your balance is happening. Something is manifesting. Magic after trust me. Okay. Divine feminine, masculine. This is also balancing out the energy too. This could be an imbalance between hyper masculine and hyper feminine energy as well. Whether you're male or female doesn't matter. It's not about the hoo-ha. It's about your energy, your yin and your yang, right? There could have been an imbalance there for either side of the equation here, okay? But something is balancing to, something is happening to balance it out, okay? And I'm really getting a sense that's in the ethers. It's behind the scenes. All right. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have October and January here with 10 and 1. But let's see if there's anything else identifying this situation with giving and receiving. This could also be giving more to self to balance things out, okay? Maybe in being in a receptive energy to watch it manifest, right? Water element could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Trust your feelings. Maybe not using logic. That could be a positive or a negative depending on the situation, right? Like maybe too much logic had been used and not enough feelings. But it also could mean that you might need to also use a little discernment with your feelings. Go with the flow for sure. Subtle changes. You might see things in your dreams. Psychic dreaming is here. Intuition. And you'll definitely get some clairsentient kind of pings here as well. There might be something that feels imbalanced or calls out with opposition or even just mirrors energy, okay? Confronts it, power struggles. This could be a test. Maybe you had learned this and it's coming back around just to see how you fare responding this time around, knowing what you have come to learn up until this point in your journey, okay? Let's get 3 from our mermaids. Dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Absolutely. Okay. Dreams are going to be important. This also includes daydreams too. Okay. So any visuals that pop up that you see throughout the day where your mind wanders. Okay. Give yourself some time. Be patient. Release your need to control the situation. And be gentle with it, okay? It might be a harsh situation for someone else too if it's their test, okay? So just be patient and gentle. Think ease. I just heard ease. Be in the present moment. Just allow it to come through. You might be in this receiving energy, okay? Tell me more. More about the dreams. Yes. Okay. We get the memo. I said what I said. All right. Life purpose is coming through. I say that at 4:44 on the clock, so that might be significant. We also have card number 22 here. That's a master number. Breaks down to a 4. So you might be seeing 2s and 4s a lot, okay? Or life path numbers might be 2, 4, or 1, maybe even. What else do we have here? 11 with the 29, or 8 with the 26, okay? Life purpose, keep your throat chakra clear, crown chakra, and third eye, okay? Upper chakra work right now. This might actually show you a way, okay? If you're in a receiving energy, this might actually show you a way for what your purpose is in life, okay? That's why you need to sort of be in this unconditional love frequency, this gentleness energy. That way you can be in an energy of receiving it, okay? And if you're in a position to be giving, you might need to give yourself that patience, okay? If you've been frustrated by the process of awakening, this is definitely something having to do with a stage of awakening here. Okay. Let's get you some final guidance. I was trying to think of which stage this most applies to. This may be just something that you're going back around. This might actually be the purpose stage. Pertaining to a lesson in reciprocity. Okay. Final guidance from Kali. Once again, if you'd like to take a deep breath in and out, close your eyes and listen. You might get some more messages. Top card, all right. Card number 32, Clair. Okay, that breaks down to a 5. All right. $32, right? Okay. She appears beneath the cloak of night, revealing the truths that must be known to set the heart free. Dream state might be very important tonight, so pay attention. She offers you an opportunity to engage in a profound and enduring transformation. This will lead to a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but that pain is temporary, and you will emerge renewed and released. In time, you will greet your rising destiny from an entirely new and improved inner foundation. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. The goddess Clair appeared when a warrior violated the rules of law and violently assaulted enemy troops resting under cover of night. She appeared in terrible form, making sounds that expressed her horror at the suffering taking place. This is the weeping and wailing Black Madonna. No matter how people try to cover up what is happening, glossing over things with cleverly manipulative words, she is the truth witnessed and laid bare. For those who have been cajoled or coerced to deny their intuition and authentic experience, she breaks through the crazy making and brings us into the truth of what is happening. She brings the relief of truth, even when it is difficult to hear. She breaks open toxic systems and reveals deceptive behaviors. In unmasking the terror of what has happened or is still happening, we can become able to disconnect from sources of abuse so that we can begin to heal the trauma. That which is not acknowledged can never heal, but is doomed to be repeated. The acknowledgement of her is not an intellectual understanding, but a bone-deep agony of release. It is like pulling the thorn out of a lion's paw. It hurts, but it is the way that leads to healing, rather than the hurt that would come from trying to ignore the thorn and dealing with increasingly negative consequences. The name literally translates as Black Night, a time that is sacred and honored with celebration in the Hindu tradition. It is also an emanation of the goddess Kali herself. In that sense, Kali is our dark night of the soul. Maybe that's the stage, dark night of the soul. In the Hindu scriptures, she is known as the dark night of final dissolution, the formal and absolute ending of something that no longer needs to be. She signifies that there is no going back. She is a spiritual solvent into which we, as we have known ourselves and experienced our agonies, can dissolve. On the spiritual path, to go through a dark night of Clair is considered a protective and enveloping experience. Here we can be held in a psychic container that allows us to dispense with what we have all been working through or holding on to. It is where we try to figure it out and just let it go, similar to what happens during sleep. During the spiritual sleep of Clair, we drop the ego and intellect and allow for the divine reorganizing and healing power of the sacred feminine to work its restorative magic. Energies are processed and cleared away. From her, as the cosmic womb, we can then be recreated, reborn. The oracle brings a message of total change, of a need to let go of what has been so that a new form can be established. You will not know what the new form is going to look like, just as you do not know what you will dream of before you go to sleep, nor in what state you will awaken the following morning. I'm getting the sense you might need to pay attention to all those states, okay? There may be messages throughout. As you enter into this spiritual sleep, you cannot know all that will happen. Yet this is Kali, so we can trust. Sleep only comes when we let go. So too, this deep and restorative spiritual slender can only happen when we are willing to let go of our attachment to what has been. This form of the goddess is said to ward off dark entities, ghosts or spirits, and negative energies as they flee upon her arrival. The sanctuary of night and all it entails, such as coming face to face with our fears, and through that, releasing them, is a temple for healing with the goddess. So the many gifts of Kalavartri include increased fearlessness and freedom. The oracle guides you to trust in her protection and her promise that under her guiding hand you shall become all you are destined to be. There you go, guys. Hopefully that helps. Bye.